as our next topic, I wanted to bring to you. Okay, Quandre Diggs this past week, he got an interception, and a pick traded to the Seahawks. And in that time, he missed a significant amount of games. So it's not like he played and started for them since we traded him. He's only played a handful of games, and he's putting up interceptions. He's doing things that we knew Quandre Diggs could do. We knew what kind of player Quandre Diggs was, and we were all shocked that they traded him. And we thought that maybe it was something like that we didn't know about. Maybe it was something that he was hurt more than we thought, or maybe he was being a locker room issue. That ended up not being the case at all. It ended up completely destroying any confidence in the fans, because now you have players like Glover Quinn, ex-players like Glover Quinn, and current players like Darius Slay coming out for nothing about what's going on in the locker room. On top of that, we're losing games, and Quandre Diggs is performing.
Dude, honestly, like, when I first heard about that, I was heartbroken. I was so hyped watching this kid come out of Texas. We drafted him in like the 4th round, I think. And I was like, dude, I mean, he has a lot of potential. Took him a little bit, started developing, As soon as we moved him to safety, I'm like, oh my God, dude, we got a freaking playmaker back there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, he's laying big hits, right time, right place. He's all over the field, a lot of heart, smaller body. So, like, he shows up with his talent, And I was like super hyped. I'm like, yeah, we got a trio. We got him, Slay, Quinn. Obviously we got rid of Quinn. Quinn was on a decline, whatever. Tracy Walker, dude. Tracy Walker came out there. I'm like, cool. We still got a good trio. And our defense, our secondary, not our defense, was playing pretty well first like 5 games of the season. Dude, apparently, Diggs had like a hamstring injury. He had blood, all this stuff. We traded him. That came out after he missed a couple games for Seattle. I'm like, all right, like I was fuming when we traded him. I'm like, dude, the guy has Pro Bowl caliber talent, and you trade him for a 5th round pick. Usually 5th rounders might be on your team for a year or two and they're gone. So I was like, that was stupid as shit. First couple of weeks after that trade, I'm like, okay, maybe it's not that bad. There was a lot more coming out about his injury situation. It seemed a lot worse than what we were told. So I'm like, okay, maybe it was a good move. Dude, fully healed. Now look what he's doing. He's playing just like he was when he was playing for us, and he's making big plays, So it's like, what did we get out of that? You killed the locker room morale. You caused a huge problem because now, Slay's coming out, Quinn's coming out, and you lost a huge playmaker. So it's like the only thing you did was cause problems, not only for our team, but like everything, pissed fans off. A lot of people are just coming out and they're mad, like you took a locker room captain, just a captain on the field, and you sent him out for what? A 5th round pick, So like, I mean, it hasn't even been a full season, but it is bad. That was a dumb freaking move. It was just stupid. So
yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, I completely agree, man. Like it's the worst decision I think Bob Quinn has made so far. And it sucks because it's in a year that he's not going to get the slack. The expectations were so high because Bob Quinn made so many moves this offseason, and we were all anticipating them to be great. We all anticipated everything to, come together finally in Patricia's 2nd year. And now that Jim Bob Cooter was gone, we said the, offense was going to turn on, which it did with Bevel. And then our defense took a step back. We got hit with injuries, and then dumb decisions, really ridiculously dumb decisions. And, like, it starts with the draft, with picking T.J. Hawkinson at number 8. And now it's been how many games into the season? So far, Trey Flowers is a bust. Like, even no matter what way you put it, he's a good player. He's solid. He's being consistent. He has, 6 sacks already? And, he missed the whole off season and stuff like that. So we'll see how he turns out throughout his whole Lions career. It's too early to say. So far, he's definitely a bust. So far, T.J. Hawkinson's a bust. So far, and now you traded Diggs. What are we doing here? And now, Slay looks like he's about to be walking out the door this offseason because he doesn't want to stay. And it just seems like I just am not understanding. We extended Snacks Harrison. That seemed like a dumb thing to do because he was getting old, and he had one monster season last year. He had 2 more years on his deal. Like let this year play out. Like that was ridiculous. And now, okay, not just that, our linebackers look like trash. Like Jared Davis was his first pick. Okay, Bob Quinn's first pick, and he's looking like
Oh
a bust
man,
now. Like
dude,
we kept
Davis
we kept
killed
we
me.
keep giving him chances, and I'm still willing to give him chances. Like honestly, I want to see how he does the rest of the season. Hopefully he's not hurt the rest of the season because there's a big decision to make at the end of the season. Are we going to pick up his fifth year option? He's progressing, he's getting better. He's proven that he's getting better, but he now he's getting hurt with injuries this year in particular. So are we going to let him go, and then next year maybe he's fully healthy and he keeps getting better and he ends up being a really good like quarterback, pass rushing linebacker. I don't want to let him go and then he becomes that for somebody else. And Tavai, that seems fine so far. So we'll see how that plays out. But then you just extended Christian Jones for 2 more years, and he's been the worst. He's been terrible. Did Matt Patricia mention, hey, by the way, I'm only gonna play man coverage with these linebackers, and they're not gonna rush the passer? Because then Bob Quinn should have been like, okay, I'm going to get some coverage linebackers instead of some pass rushing linebackers.
Yeah.
So I'm not understanding what's the logic going on. I don't really get what Bob Quinn's doing at this point. And, okay, the one thing that I could say, thank God Bob Quinn did that this year, was hiring Darrell Bevell. And I think that was more Patricia. I think Patricia recruited him. And then last year, he got the Snacks Harrison trade, which was phenomenal. You traded a 5th-round pick for Snacks Harrison, but now that's offset by the Diggs trade, which was equally as bad as the Snacks Harrison trade was good. So now, what the hell, dude? I don't even know where to rank this guy. And then, the offensive line, how much should he invest in our offensive line? TJ Lang, Rick Wagner, Taylor Decker, Graham Glasgow, Frank Ragnow, all in Bob Quinn era, all 5 of them, okay? I don't understand. Kerryon Johnson, I can't put that on him because he got hurt, but even when he was not hurt in the beginning of the season, he wasn't performing up to par for running backs, you know what I mean? Bo Scarborough has been doing better. So what is going on? What do we do? I don't understand. It just seems like I had so much confidence in this guy, Bob Quinn. And am I just making too much recency bias because we're losing? I don't know. Because all of these decisions that I'm pointing out, they seem like bad decisions at this point right now. How do you?
Sorry, you said how do I feel about Bob Quinn? You cut out a little bit. Okay. Yeah, dude, it's so hard. He's been with us for a handful of years, and there's been some questionable signings, some questionable draft picks, and there's some shit that you just don't do. I know we made a video about Hockenson and I don't care. I don't care if people thought he was the most talented player on the board. I don't care, whatever. He's the most gifted tight end ever to come out of college. You just don't do it. If you wanted to do that, you need to trade back because nobody's reaching at pick 8 to grab a tight end. The only team to do that stuff is us. How does it look? Never turns out dumb. Jared Davis, I was like, all right, he was pretty big coming out of college. I was like, all right, cool. The dude's speedy. Florida went really well, played really well that year, blah, blah, blah. So, in the moment, his draft decisions, the only ones that were really questionable to me was Tavai and Hockenson. Hockenson, I was like, you could have went and got fucking Ed Oliver. You could have got Brian Burns. You could have got Sweat. You could have got so many different players that were on the defensive side of the ball. How much did our tight ends play a part in this season on offense? Barely anything. Our Marvin Jones and Kenny Galladay are the ones that went off all season. Our wide receivers did everything. So it's it helped you set up for play action, whatever. But you could have spent nothing to go get a tight end that's going to block. You invested a tight end in your 1st-round pick. You got Jesse James, which Jesse James hasn't done shit. Stupid. You could have just freaking took your 6 offensive linemen, a swing tackle or someone, put him on the O-line. You're not really throwing them anyway, so why not have a better blocker? So a lot of dumb shit has happened, but, personally, I know you said Trey Flowers is a bust. I don't think he's as bad as we think he is. I think it is more of the, we're losing. We're not getting that much pressure. But, like, first 5 weeks, Trey Flowers didn't do shit, but he didn't have an offseason. He was coming off surgery, whatever. These last, 5 weeks or so, he's been playing really well. He's been getting fumbles. He's been getting sacks, pressures. But, like, it offsets because we're getting torched on defense overall. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he's not getting those huge plays like Aaron Donald or, Von Miller, Khalil Mack, one of those guys. Like, he's making plays, but our defense is so freaking bad that it overshadows all of the plays that are happening. No matter if it's Flowers or if it is Slay or Walker, whoever it is, like, we're just getting killed. So at the end of the day, you look at it like, oh, they drove down the field, they scored a touchdown. So that sack doesn't even matter. That fumble doesn't even matter. That tackle for loss, you know what I'm saying? Because we're just playing so bad. So I think Flowers, obviously, we still have to see what happens. I think he's playing well, but our linebackers, our D linemen overall, holy crap, it is so bad. Our linebackers cannot cover anybody. The only one that's playing well in coverage is Tobias, and he just got destroyed this past game.
Right.
And, I mean, obviously he's a rookie, and, Davis got hurt, so he's filling in a different spot, whatever. But, like, our linebackers can't cover running backs. They can't cover tight ends. They can't cover wide receivers. So at that point, why the hell do you have all running backs that are just guarding the run? Or rushing the passer? It's stupid as fuck. You need to go sign or draft a linebacker that can cover people. And then you look at our cornerbacks. Yeah, they played very well the first half of the season. Ever since then, we've been getting destroyed. Everyone's killing us. All the wide receivers are having their way with us. Quarterbacks are killing our secondary, whatever. We've had injuries. I get it. But, like, even when we have our starting secondary in, we're getting killed. So it's like, what is Bob Quinn going to do? Are you going to start shopping people and start pulling in the players you want? Go trade Slay. Maybe you'll get another cornerback. Or you'll get a pick and you trade that pick for a cornerback that you want. What is the plan here? Because there's a lot going wrong. And it's like 1 week our secondary shows up, the next our D-line shows up. It just flips, whatever it is. So it's like, now is that coaching or is that the players? There's so many things. And, like, we can't pinpoint what it is because it's always different every single week. You never know what the hell to expect. So, like, when is the consistency going to come together? And that, to me, that goes on the coaches and that goes on the GM because you're the one constructing the team and you're the one coaching the team. So if you don't have the pieces you need to go get it. If you don't have the scheme you need to go get a coach that's going to build a scheme that fits around your players. So which one are you going to do? You're going to get the players or are you going to get the coaches to fit the scheme of the players you have, So it's like he's not doing that well. And, like, yeah, he's made good picks, but at the same time, overall, when you look at our record, we're not making it to the playoffs. And that's, like, the bottom line is wins. No one gives a fuck how players are doing as long as you're winning. If we won a game like 3-0, 6-3, or even if it's like 50-48, I don't care how we won it. Just the fact that we came through and won. You know what I'm saying? So it's like there's a lot going wrong, and nobody can pinpoint it because there's so much wrong. So I don't know. What do you think, man?
I mean, you hit it. You hit it right on the head. I mean, at the end of the day, it's wins and losses, and we're willing to get. As Lions fans, you always have to be willing to like give some slack because we get like bullshitted around sometimes by the refs. We can give the slack, but it's the wins and loss column, and like it's just it's hard. But the only saving grace for Patricia and Bob Quinn this season is that Matthew Stafford's hurt because you could just throw all that on there, like. At the end of the day, let's say next season they go 9-7, progressing every year. It's just the second year there was a hiccup because Matthew Stafford was hurt. You know what I mean? So, like, that is their saving grace right now. But, like, it's really only holding everybody's temper for so long because we could only, like, for so long give excuses and give reasoning and give whatever for the losses and for the poor performance and for the players' comments on the team and the coaching in general. Like, I guess how far are you going to go? Regardless of anything that happens, Pascaloni has to go. But right now, looking at the positive sides and looking forward, okay? Right now we're sitting at the 5th spot in the draft, okay? We were talking about this before recording, me and you, Andrew. Okay, so we have the Giants and the Bengals in front of us. Probably going to be the top 2 spots. Bengals are going to take a quarterback. We have a chance to get up to the top 3 spot, but we have a chance to stay at number 5, maybe drop if we win a couple of games and maybe drop a little lower. The point is, we want to know, you fans, who do you think that we should draft? And Andrew, who is there somebody that you have in mind as well? Do you have anybody in mind besides Chase Young, because he's obviously the one that we would get if he's available?
Dude, honestly, I don't follow college that much, and it changes literally like every week of who's going here, who's going here. You know, like Tua got hurt. The dude potentially dropped out of the first overall spot. You know, like a couple of weeks ago, they had him literally number 1 going to the Bengals. He got hurt. Right. Now they got Joe Burrow, which Burrow's playing really well, but like you never know with college. And like you said, you know, Bengals are taking a quarterback. That's a given. Giants just drafted a quarterback with their first-round pick. They're not taking a quarterback. You know, Daniel Jones showed enough flash that there's no way they're taking a quarterback. Then that leaves Miami and the Redskins that are above us. Both those teams need – okay. I'm only saying Redskins need a quarterback because Haskins is literally playing like the worst quarterback I've ever seen, like worse than Trubisky. But Miami definitely needs a quarterback. And then you have the Redskins who, I mean, they invested in Haskins. They're probably not going to take one, but look what the Cardinals did. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I think we could potentially move up. And if we get to that 3rd spot or like 4th spot, people are talking about Jerry Jeudy, dude, that wide receiver from Bama, I believe. And like, I will flip a shit. I don't think we're going to get Chase Young. Like you said, he's definitely going top 2, you know, whatever. But if we take a wide receiver with a top 5 pick, even if we fall to like 10 or some shit, if we take a wide receiver, I seriously, like, I don't even know. I will probably have a mental breakdown because I don't fucking get why people are even considering taking an offensive player. When Stafford was in, we had a top 5 fucking offense. And you see how bad our defense is. It would be the dumbest shit I've ever seen. And the only thing that maybe I could consider is a running back. And if that running back is coming out of college like a Todd Gurley, like a Saquon, like a Zeke, one of those guys, that's the only freaking way I would be okay with taking an offensive player. And besides that, dude, if they don't take defense, I mean, you'd be stupid.
If we go offense at all, it makes no sense at all. Unless it's like a generational running back. But that's all we have. Thank you so much for clicking on the video and listening to us. We're the Real Detroit Lions fans. If you are a Real Detroit Lions fan, we want you to hit subscribe. We want you to hit the like button, and we want you to make a comment. Leave a comment. We want you to make noise. We want the Lions community to make noise out here. We are passionate fans, and we want to see the team win. Leave a comment. What do you guys think? Who would you guys take if we are in the top 3? And what do you guys think of Bob Quinn's performance so far?